Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on this nail look right here. If you are not familiar with this thing, it is a SpOnGeBob meme that has been going around. It's basically just used to mock people and it's become really popular the last week or so. I decided that I needed to put it on my nails, of course. So if you guys want to see how to get this ridiculous and weird and drunk SpOnGeBob meme, then just keep watching. So I'm gonna start by showing you guys how I did the background. I started with a coat of mint candy apple from Essie. Now this is one of those polishes that for me is super blue, but when I see it on other people, it is like a mint green color. I don't know why the color is so inconsistent, but that's just what it is. Mine's a little more blue looking, so that's why I thought it'd be perfect for this background. So now I'm gonna paint the second coat, and immediately after painting this coat, I'm gonna go in with the darker blue and create that kind of swirly dry marble effect. And the reason that you want to do this when the base is dry is because you're going to be blending these together and it's not going to work very well if one polish is dry and one polish is wet. And you can definitely do this with a toothpick, but a toothpick is going to be kind of a little more abrasive on your nail and it might scrape the bottom. As you see, I've done a couple of times, even with this brush. A toothpick will just do that, but way worse. And if you have some spaces in the middle of this nail, don't worry too much because you are going to cover it with the SpOnGeBob. But if you're working on the other nails, then you want to make sure you don't have any spaces. And if you do, just go ahead and add a little bit more polish at a time and start swirling away. And once you feel some resistance from the polish, like right here, you can tell that I probably shouldn't have touched that part. Once you feel some resistance, you should probably either add a little more polish or just stop swirling because that means that your polish is a little too tacky to be working with. Once this is dry, which shouldn't take too long, go ahead and add a top coat because you're gonna go in with acrylic paint right after this. And so you want a nice smooth base to draw over. I'm gonna start with some acrylic paint. I'm drawing this upside down, so please forgive me if I make some mistakes. I'm just gonna kind of wing it and do what I remember doing yesterday when I drew this. So kind of just like a square shape, obviously. You're gonna kind of edit this later to, you know, give the shape of the eyeballs and, you know, his different features. Some of them kind of stick out here, so I'm gonna just draw those out just to remind myself that other things go here. And if you think it's looking a little messy, it's totally okay. The reason that I like acrylic paint, as you guys know, is because it is super easy to fix, and that is also another important reason to add the top coat that we added before we started drawing. Since this is not like a regular SpOnGeBob, he also has this like weird mouth that comes down like this and then sort of connects with the rest of his body. Oh my god, this is so weird. I'm gonna go ahead and outline some of the body. If you can tell, this is a little smaller than what it's supposed to look like, but I didn't want to go ahead and draw out the whole shape first. I wanted to kind of lay out where it's supposed to go. This has kind of a squiggly outline, so I'm going to outline what I've drawn first, and then I'm going to outline the spaces that I'm going to fill in with yellow. And if you draw too much brown like I did right there, you can either scrape it off with a toothpick or you can just go over it with the yellow that you're going to fill in just a little bit. So with a slightly larger brush, I'm gonna just fill in this part that I just outlined. He has a mouth that's gonna connect kind of like that. So I'm just gonna go fill that in. So now I'm going to take some black and wipe the excess off on my hand, and I'm going to draw out where his eyeball is going to go. And again, if it's not the right shape, it's okay. You can fix it with paint. So this part is going to connect to his nose. Yeah, so his nose kind of goes underneath his eye, like that. And then that yellow right there, you can just keep. And then I'll outline down here where his mouth is. Then we'll go ahead and draw his other eye. And then put some very small lashes. Also has a little thing right here that I didn't add, but I'll just add some yellow later and fill that in. Now I'm gonna take white and fill in his eyeballs. Then I'm also gonna take white and add the top of his little hat. Then taking the black again, we're going to be outlining his blue eyes. So once you have the basic facial features, you can kind of go in and fill whichever colors you want. I'm gonna start with the mouth. Oh, also, if you notice the mouth is shaped a little differently than it was before, it's because I realized I went too high up this way and it should come a little more straight. So off camera, I just covered this black line up with yellow paint and then adjusted it to make it a little more straight right here. And then I will take some black and draw his little anchor. And then I'm gonna fill in those little circles blue. And then I'm also gonna use that blue to draw in the lid of his hat. And then I took the same red and just mixed it with some white just to give him his little tongue. This red color, I just realized, is also the outline of his hat. And last but not least, I'm just adding a little black dot. As you guys know, I like to add my top coat before I wash the paint off my hands, just to make sure that I don't accidentally wash the design off my hands, because acrylic paint will come off with water. And once you finish that, you are all good to go. So this is the final look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that these tutorials kind of make drawing a little bit easier for you. I know that at first little things like this can look kind of intimidating, but I hope that some of these instructions and some of my tips kind of help you along the way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.